I'm racing to the South Pole exactly 100 years after Scott and Amundsen first reached this desolate place. And I'm doing it to create awareness around climate change. In my view, the greatest plight ever facing humanity. I'm inviting you to do one thing. Select a credible organization, EWT, WWF, SANCOB. Make a difference to conservation in South Africa.
And taking a look at the leaderboard, the Welsh team is in second place. The British and SA team are still helping each other along, with Bram and Peter sharing the load of the British athlete bearing his fractured arm. The news is official. Because of Team SA's assistance to Team Centrepoint, the British team are officially out of the race. Whales, amazing leviathans of the deep. Over 150 years ago, these graceful mammals were abundant in the Southern Ocean. It is hard to believe that mankind plundered them almost into extinction, but fortunately, we've been given a second chance at a peaceful coexistence.
The early exploration of Antarctica was driven to a large extent by commerce. After Captain Cook reported that he had found large numbers of seals on some of the subantarctic islands, the sealers headed down looking for profit. And the other things they saw down there were whales. Now, in the early years of the 19th century, there were only certain species of whales that could be easily taken by whalers. Those were the right whales, so called because they were the right whales to hunt, in that they were slow and very conveniently they floated when they were dead, and sperm whales. So the whalers in their hunt for profit started going down, but there were only these few whales that they could hunt until the late 1800s, when a Norwegian by the name of Sven Foyn invented the harpoon gun. Up till then, you had to get really close and personal to a whale. You had to be in a small boat, you had to be almost within touching distance to shove a harpoon into the vitals of a whale. With a harpoon gun, you could be further away and you could hunt the whales that until then had been untouchable. And the whaling industry just peaked. By the 1960s, the whale numbers had dropped so calamitously that the last whaling station in South Georgia closed down. Commercial whaling effectively ended in the 1970s, by which time the whale stocks were hugely reduced and some whale populations were in danger of extinction. Since then, in the absence of hunting and with a whale reserve in the Southern Ocean and in the Indian Ocean, we've seen whale numbers increase, but not all whale populations are increasing at the same rate. There are some very worrying species. The blue whale, the biggest animal that has ever lived on this planet, is not recovering anywhere near as quickly as some of the other species, and we don't quite understand why. Now, Antarctica plays a huge role because A, it's a reserve, and B, it's got all these food stocks. So the whales really can go down there and just eat until they can eat no more. So the Southern Ocean and the Indian Ocean are very important reserves for the recovery of the whale stocks. A recovery which is taking place, but could still maybe take an awful lot of years, if not centuries.
Thinking ahead and taking responsibility for the future are areas where man has often fallen, including when it comes to overseeing these magnificent creatures. But with their numbers up, we can hope that the future generations will get to marvel at these moving miracles as well.